Salam sejahtera. Saudara dan saudari, rakyat Singapura sekalian. Saya merasa bangga diberi peluang untuk memberi ucapkan menengai Dr. Chee calon SDP untuk pilihan rakyat kecil Bukit Batok ini. Dr. Chee adalah seorang yang berwibawa dan telah menyumbangkan dan berkhidmat kepada rakyat Singapura selama 20 tahun dengan beraninya. Maafkan saya kerana tidak fasih berucap dalam bahasa kebangsaan kita. Sedihnya inilah hakikat keadaan negara kita di mana majoriti rakyat tidak boleh bahasa Melayu. Mudah-mudahan dengan adanya Dr. Chee di Parlimen nanti, keadaan akan lebih seimbang dan lebih ramai lagi warga Singapura akan dapat berbahasa kebangsaan kita. Ini akan lebih menyatukan kita sebagai rakyat Singapura. Kinilah masanya. Undilah Dr. Chee Soon Juan. Terima kasih. Okay, that was hard. 朋友、同胞们，投票日快到了，所以我在这里呼吁你们投齐顺权一标。对不起，我很紧张了，很少用华语了。让他做乌鸡巴杜的国会议员。为什么我这么说？有几个原因。第一，徐顺权博士答应大家，他会做全职议员。他会全心全力为他乌鸡巴杜居民服务，就跟一些议员一样，比如工人党的比丹星先生，或者人民行动党的陈贝玲女士。第二，徐顺权也提出了几个社区计划，资源人是会负责这些计划。为帮助乌鸡巴杜的居民，这些计划也是为老人学生开办的。第三，你们不要担心，租屋的翻新，不要担心你们的住宅区 URA 跟 SDP 这些政府购局是很专业的，他们不是偏帮谁，只要5月7号那天选出来的新议员，这些政府机构就会跟新议员合作，这是当然的，这是比公平的。第四，徐顺权博士是一个君子，他和他的家人为新加坡和新加坡的公民做出了很多牺牲。我认识他已经几年了，虽然他过去了犯错了，我们这些人也一样有犯错，可是他对民主，他对自由的信念没有改变，他要建设一个更美好的新加坡，让徐顺权进入国会，让他给国会带来不同的声音。他是这样的人，他会勇敢地提出新加坡人关心的问题，比如说你们的公积金，还是我们的基础无法应付人口增长，所以造成地铁和医院非常的拥挤。就是现在，你们可以做出改变，告诉你的家人，告诉你的朋友，投徐博士一票，投民主党一票。谢谢你。Friends, fellow Singaporeans, thank you all for coming out this evening. I'd like to begin once again by restating my thanks to all those who have made this campaign possible. The people who worked tirelessly behind the scenes, those in the office preparing all the paperwork, organizing the teams of volunteers, our commissioners of oaths dealing with the media, those in the logistics unit who put together this beautiful stage, merchandise, perambulators, and all the wonderful infrastructure you see. The ground ops people who are still knocking on doors, They have never stopped working since GE 2015. Although they did have to shift from Marsiling to Bukit Batok. They did that really well. A special thanks to our comms team, who have been rapidly responding to evolving situations, producing creative videos, and helping us to overcome the mountain of media control in Singapore. That is what the SDP is all about. A small band of dedicated volunteers trying to climb the mountain for a better Singapore. One that is true to our pledge. A democratic society based on justice and equality. This campaign, I learned a new phrase. It's called inclusive journalism. Apparently now, editors feel that they can include words that people never said in headlines without apologizing for doing so. They just amend the online version of the article, or they ignore requests and appeals for corrections. Today is World Press Freedom Day, as you heard from Swee Lin. Singapore's press is ranked 154 out of 180 countries, and I think we all know why. Don't boo, okay? In that spirit, I would like to share a little parable. It's an inclusive parable. In other words, it's made up, but it's got some meaning. It's based on an internet meme which I saw a couple of days ago. Okay, listen, it goes like this. Okay, Chee Soon Juan is pictured drinking a can of Coke. The Wan Pao runs a story that goes like this. Dr. Chee is proud of his wild and crazy Coca-Cola drinking habits. The Prime Minister reads the Wan Pao and says, oh, I've known Dr. Chee for many years and he hasn't changed. Coke, Pepsi, it's always soft drinks for him. Madam Halima Yaakob chips in. We are Asians. We are Singaporeans. Dr. Chee should not be drinking Coke. He should be drinking soya bean or chrysanthemum tea. Ms. Grace Fu replies, he's unemployed and therefore worthless. How does he afford to drink Coke? The Straits Times decides to go one better and publishes a story saying, Dr. Chee says that nutrition does not matter. Finance Minister Heng Swee Keat reads that and reports, that is the most astounding thing I've ever heard in Singapore politics and public health. How can anyone deny the importance of basic nutrition? That means anyone can be free to drink a soft drink at will without being accountable for his weight. Truly astounding. Not to be outdone, Emeritus Senior Minister Goh Chok Tong writes in his Facebook page, I had amnesia. Maybe 15 years ago, I recall Dr. Chee reaching out and giving one tight tug on a can of Coke. No one really knows what he means. But jokes aside, I think we all agree that character is important. A person's character, however, is not determined from distorted media reports or from some wayang show. Character is something which is best determined by those who know you best. Those who can see you apart from the limelight, away from the cameras. They know who you really are. On Sunday night, I was privileged to catch a glimpse of Dr. Chee and his mother right after his speech, just before the book signing. The tender look that she gave him spoke volumes about Dr. Chee's character, far more than anyone else could put it. As we come up to the Mother's Day weekend, we know our mothers know us best. My mother certainly does. The late Margaret Thatcher was one of my least favorite politicians, but she made a very good point when she said, I always cheer up immensely when an attack is particularly wounding, because I think, well, if they attack one personally, it means they do not have a single political argument left. We are very glad that according to the Today newspaper, Mr. Murali has decided to distance himself from the character assassination attempts that have been carried out by members of his party. That reflects well on his character and allows us to focus on his agenda. So I'll begin with the HIP and the NRP programs. As I've mentioned earlier, we are convinced that these programs will go ahead as planned. The HDB and URA are non-partisan. And if the residents want to continue these programs, they will continue. This is what happened in Aljunied with Yunos Spring. And there's no reason why they cannot continue in Bukit Batok. The job placement program he talked about is a nice idea, but ideally job placement should be on a national level with opportunities that go beyond Jurong and Clementi so that residents of Bukit Batok can enjoy opportunities across the country. Again, a number of these national initiatives will go on regardless of who is the MP for Bukit Batok. In difficult times, these opportunities will be limited, so there is a need for someone who can speak up in Parliament for a meaningful national approach for people who have lost their jobs in an economic downturn. Dr. Chee and the SDP have proposed a restart program, which is a hybrid approach to unemployment insurance. Just like minimum wage proposed by the SDP years ago, which suddenly became a progressive wage package, we have no doubt that unemployment insurance will emerge in the years to come. Having an advocate in Parliament who's not constrained by the party whip will help workers in Bukit Batok and elsewhere have a better chance of temporary support while trying to find a job. Next, Mr. Murali proposes a healthcare cooperative for the elderly and has indicated that he'll work with Dr. Carol Tan, who leads the Good Life Cooperative. I know Dr. Tan, and in fact, I met her last Saturday at a vaccination event. She's an active member of several voluntary welfare organizations and also a member of the PAP. I discussed community work with her way back in 2011, together with the Workers' Party in Aljunied Alkang. Mr. Murali referred to some of those efforts in Paya Lebar. Her group, the Good Life Cooperative, have done a number of programs for the elderly, including health talks, that have featured Dr. Cheng Shin Chuan, a member of SDP's healthcare panel, and an active volunteer during this campaign. You can even see the two of them speaking together at the Good Life Cooperative's Facebook page. And this is good for Singapore. It shows that people are willing to work across party lines for the benefit of Singaporeans. And I'm sure that Dr. Tan and her work will continue regardless of who is elected MP of Bukit Batok. But once again, while Mr. Murali's healthcare cooperative is a commendable initiative, we think that the SDP healthcare plan is better. It's a more comprehensive approach, offering genuine, universal, evidence-based healthcare coverage for all. With Dr. Chee in Parliament, this can be the standard by which all healthcare reform in Singapore is benchmarked. Hopefully, with comprehensive healthcare reform, there will be less need for handouts for the elderly for programs like this Good Life Cooperative, because they can go to access our polyclinics and private GPs at affordable rates. Dr. Murali's other proposals on care for students and the elderly are somewhat similar to our social programs that John has talked about earlier. The difference is we do not want to depend on government handouts to fund them, but we want to mobilize you, the residents of Bukit Batok, to activate our Gotong Royong spirit so we can help each other out, empower one another, and make Bukit Batok a model town. As I mentioned earlier, Mr. Murali seems a decent man who refuses to stoop to gutter politics. In fact, the only silver lining is this: if, despite all the efforts of our volunteers and Dr. Chee himself, Mr. Murali wins on 7th May, we will be able to destroy the notion that Singaporeans vote on racial lines. The rationale for GRC will be exposed for what it is, an attempt to get weak candidates into Parliament on the coattails of anchor ministers. I really dislike the experience during GE of having to apply for a certificate to be Indian enough for the Holland Bukit Timah GRC. Dr. Chee and Ms. Chong did not need a majority certificate to certify they were Chinese enough. I don't think, however, that destroying the rationale for GRCs is a price worth paying to elect yet another cookie-cutter PAP MP. Mr. Murali will be yet another successful professional, joining the ranks of 82 other PAP MPs who will vote as instructed by the party whip, serve the constituency while keeping his day job like the majority of PAP MPs. On the other hand, if and when Dr. Chee is elected, you will get a full-time MP. You'll definitely get an independent voice in Parliament, someone who is not afraid to hold the government accountable. Mr. Murali will not abandon a place he has served for 16 years. If and when Dr. Chee is elected, you'll get two for the price of one. You'll have Dr. Chee as your full-time MP speaking in Parliament, running a model town with SDP Town Council, and you'll have Mr. Murali either here or in Paya Lebar as the PAP branch chair to help out in addition to the SDP services. Now is the time. Vote for Dr. Chee. Vote SDP. Thank you.